Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler, also known as the Ches, and this is Chezzy Chones, where I try to bring humor and entertainment to the EDM space. And today is going to be a great day because today I'm wearing one of my favorite hoodies, and I get to react to one of my favorite things, and that is another compilation, but with a little bit of a twist. The second video I ever put up on this channel was a reaction to the Knights of the Round Table Volume 6 compilation from Disciple Roundtable. I give that video a lot of the credit for a lot of my initial views. It did quite well for my second video ever. It brought me my initial wave of subscribers, and it meant a lot to me to make that video. It's still one of my favorites that I've put up on the channel. I think it's a genuinely good video. I think it's entertaining. The only real downside is the compilation kind of sucked. It was not very good. There were some standouts for sure, but very few of them. At worst, they were just bad. There were some genuinely bad songs on there, and even some of the better ones were at best, just mediocre, very middle of the line, boring, and forgettable. Meaning the 5 or so that were genuinely good really stood above the rest. It was such a disparity in quality on that compilation. And I think it's pretty universally agreed. It's a very mid to bad compilation. But that's where today's video comes in. A person by the name of LoKitAngel decided to host a competition of sorts where a bunch of producers came together and remixed the entire compilation. The original compilation has 30 songs, while this new version has 27. So almost every song from the original compilation has been remixed or changed in some way by a group of producers who are all just trying their best to improve an otherwise very mid compilation. And I'm here to react to it. So we're going to listen through this new remixed version of the compilation. It's been a while since I've heard the original, but from memory, we're going to go song by song and try to decide, was it an improvement or maybe not so much? Though I feel like for a lot of them, it would be hard to not at least improve them a little bit. So thank you to LoKitAngel for bringing this to my attention, for hosting the competition, and for bringing all these producers together to hopefully improve the compilation. Future Tyler jumping in here real quick just to say that I do actually have a Patreon now, if that is something that you are interested in. Over on the Patreon, you can find the full unedited version of this video, including 50 minutes of bonus content, as well as unedited versions of all future videos, days or even weeks before they'll hit YouTube, and bonus content every single month, including a little monthly video where I just talk about the music I've been enjoying that week and give you a little playlist where you can check it out yourself. So if you want more Chezzy, uncut videos, early access, and just extra bonus content just for your eyes only, consider checking out the Patreon. Link in the description. So without further ado, Knights of the Round Table Volume 6 Fan Remix Competition hosted by LoKitAngel. The first track is Graphyt, Closer, the Icecore Bootleg. Now, Closer was one of the songs I did enjoy. It was one of the 5 or so that I actually listened to from time to time and put into a playlist. So I'm interested to see what a flip of it will sound like. Starting off energetic. Yeah, this is some energy. And I feel like these are all more or less amateurs, which I like because usually the amateur SoundCloud producers have the most creativity. Even if things might be a little amateur on the surface in terms of mixing and mastering and whatever, the execution should be pretty solid. So I'm ready. Let's go. Okay. Okay, we got this part from the original. Hit me with the real drop. Oh. Damn! Oh! What was that? I'm being punched! Oh! Ah! So we're doubling down on the small hardstyle type drop from the original, which is cool. My least favorite part of it, because I'm not a big hardstyle fan, but I'm okay. It's different. We keep in the hardstyle. We gotta do some dubstep. What are we doing? Oh. Sure. Sure, sure, sure. That second drop I wasn't as big of a fan of as the first drop. I like how before each drop it has like a piece from the original song, and then we get this new bootlegged version of it. It was, like I said, it's doubling down on the part of the original that I wasn't a fan of. I mean, I liked that it happened in the original song because it was a cool switch up, but I'm not a super fan of that genre. So if the whole song or the main drops are that genre, such as hardstyle, it doesn't resonate with me usually. I did like the first drop, but this song, of course, is not going to be the biggest treat for my ears just because I'm not a huge fan of the genre. So for this one in particular, I don't think it was an improvement, but if you liked the genre, this probably would be an improvement. But I do find it to be very fun. I enjoyed myself, and it also was pretty short. It's only 2.5 minutes, so it's a cool bootleg of the original. Just another way to experience the original. So an improvement? Not necessarily, but a fun flip on it, most definitely. Next up, we've got Nosphere with Brig of Dread, but it's the waferboi bootleg. Brig of Dread was another one I was mixed on. I love the setup and build up of Brig of Dread with like the throat singing and all of that. But the drop was a little disappointing. So I'm excited to see what this bootleg will do, especially if they do incorporate the throat singing in a unique way or at all, just because I love that sample. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, this part's pretty similar to the original, maybe slightly slowed down or pitched down, something slightly different, but so far, very reminiscent of the original. Okay. Okay, I was worried. You got it in there, you got the throat singing. Okay, we're turning it into a melody of sorts? Sure. All right, come on. Improve it. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Keep those in there, yeah. Oh, that stab. Yeah, those are satisfying. Stabisfying, if you will. Okay. I'd say that was, well, no spoilers. We wait till the end. No spoilers. This part feels a little empty. Like when the stabs are happening, there's not enough layers. Feels a bit lacking here. Those other sounds are good at the beginning of each bar, but I'm glad I didn't speak too soon because the second half did not wow me in the way the first half did. Like I said, it felt a bit empty. It was just stabs, and there was just kind of this open space where nothing else was really happening, and not in a satisfying way where you're kind of playing with the dynamics of it, but it just felt unfinished, or it felt unfulfilling. The first half was good though, because it kept all the pieces I did like about the original, like the throat singing and the while having sounds and stabs that were less repetitive than the original, because the original is just just a very repetitive sound that gets very stale. So this one at least had more going for it, kept me more engaged. Although the second half was a bit disappointing compared to the first. So, but good job. Still a good job on that one. Next, we've got Sharks with Subterranean, but it's the Desx or Desx remix. I don't remember the original of this one as much, but I know it was, future bassy because that's what Sharks primarily produces. So we'll see if it continues with that type of genre or if we're completely changing it. Whoa. Definitely seems more or less color bassy, but there's bits in there. I like that snare. Pa. I don't have a lot of words for this so far, probably because I know less about the original, but I'll just take it for what it is. Yeah. It's got that punch. I'd eat it for lunch. I do have a hunch. It's a song I would munch. So I don't have as strong of a recollection of the original compared to the first two songs here, but I do feel like that was a solid track. I don't think it's super memorable. I don't think it's doing something super unique. And again, very brief at exactly 2 minutes. That's a short song. All things considered, just kind of a nice flip on the original. Just another way to experience it. That's good. That's good. Feels very SoundCloudy. Does feel very bootleggy, but I mean that as a compliment. So that's fine. Decent enough. Next up is Death Row by Ecraze and BIZO, which was another one I really enjoyed from the original. Probably my top 3 or so, top 2 maybe even from the original. But this is the DestedD bootleg. I'm going in with an open mind, but it would be a little difficult to improve the original because I did find it to be pretty solid on its own. So we'll see. What you got for us, DestedD? Okay, we're going metal, got some guitars, I like that. Maybe we'll have a completely genre shift. A complete genre shift, not a completely genre, you know what I'm trying to say. What in the world? The mixing on this is a little harsh. This is so strange. Not like the song is strange, but the fact that they went in this direction with it, I find to be so interesting and strange. Okay, that was just our intro. Okay, let's go. Row, row, row. Whoa, what is happening? It's like someone's like dropping rubble on my ears. It's like, oops, sorry. Every kick is like they kick me underwater just for like a moment, and I'm coming out, and it's like the water sloshing around my ears. Row, row, row. What? What? Okay. Taste it. Salty. What do you even call this? What does this have a name? What is this genre? It's not even like tear out. It's like I've already been torn out. Like my heart has, my ears have been torn out already. This is what's left. This is music after your eardrums have blown out. This is what it's like listening to a song, but when you're right next to the speaker at a club, and it's just a muddy mess of noise. You're like, I think this sounds like a good song. It feels so disjointed almost. The way it keeps going back and forth to the metal, and then to the drop, and then to the row. No piece feels that connected. So I'll be honest, that one wasn't really for me. It was certainly aggressive. It was certainly abrasive, certainly unique, certainly a flip. A bootleg, a remix, unlike anything I've seen before, anything I've heard before, and definitely different from the original. So I'll give it that. But I don't think it's my type of sound personally, and I don't think it improved what the original did, because the original was solid enough. So this was unique. I've never heard anything like it, and for that it gets my props, but I prefer the original in this case. Next up, we've got Phantom by Kryture and Sam Lamar. Or Lamer. I still never got confirmation of the pronunciation of the name. I think it's Lamar, though. And this is the Parallex bootleg. I remember the original a little bit, and I know Sam Lamar's like signature sound is in there, so I'm curious if they kept that or if it's going to be reinterpreted completely. So we'll see. Parallex bootleg of Phantom. Let's go. Okay. Well, sounds like a weird video game soundtrack, kinda. We're getting to the final boss, or at least a boss, of like a Castlevania themed level. Here he comes. The boss is here. I like this. That sound that's in the background to accompany things. It's not much, but it does enough to keep things together, glued together. This one's really short, and I see that it's a bit repetitive. It's just the same like bar repeated over and over again from what I can tell. So maybe a bit bland, a bit disappointing because of that. I wanted more creativity to it, more diversity. It seemed more like a proof of concept of sorts than a fully completed track, just because of the length and also the repetitious nature of it. I did like what it was doing. I thought it was kind of fun, and again, sounded kind of like a boss in a video game almost, but just became very repetitive, despite the fact that it is short. So I wish you would have done a little more with it. The idea is there. I think it's a good premise, but needs a bit building upon to be fully fleshed out and complete. So a little underwhelming, but almost there. Decent. Fun track, either way. Next, we've got Brain Rot by Bandlez, which I remember being very bland, if memory serves me well. But this is the Neon Mitsumi remix. It's an interesting opening synth. I don't think this is from the original, is it? I should just re-listen to the whole original comp, to be honest with you. But I didn't want to torture myself. Pretty standard build up, nothing special. But what we got for a drop? Oh! What a great sample. Funny samples, funny samples. Yippee! Yeah, they've got all the samples, all the memes in here. I feel like the actual rhythm, the actual drop itself feels a bit uninspired, and we're just focused more on the memes. Those are what are holding my attention because I have brain rot issues, and it is called brain rot, so adds up. Just basic, just fair. It's fair, it's fine. But I'm not sending a letter home to my mom being like, Mom, I just found this beautiful song that I love so much and I needed you to know that. And I do that a lot. Every good song that I find, I write a letter to all my friends and family to let them know. Handwritten. Okay, kind of a fat beat. I'm grooving. And now I hate it. Now it's the worst song. I got nothing to say to that. Where's Hawk 3? That's all I want to know.
Furry if I said smash.
But you got Markiplier. Okay, we're back up here. We're back up here. I don't think Hawk Tua and Markiplier should be that close together, but... yeah, well, okay. I see what we're doing. You're putting everything in here. Okay. Yeah.
My ass is in at least, conservatively, about 10 of my tracks. You know, cut my ass and get that really nice...
Excuse me? So I somewhat enjoyed every part that wasn't dubstep or rhythm or something similar. Anything else was a little better. Overall, I did find it to be uninspired though, and a little just generic. And it was riding just on the coattails of the memes, the brain rot, just the sheer abundance and diversity, range of memes that were included. Some I was not expecting to hear, and some I knew were coming, unfortunately, and that didn't make me any more excited to hear them. But it's goofy. It's definitely a SoundCloud track. This doesn't shock me, but it's not what I wanted to hear. It's just goofy, but maybe too goofy and not creative enough. Just goofy. It's just a meme track, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with a meme track, but wanted a little more, is all. But still might be an improvement from the original. Next is The Art of Jumping by Mob and Makeshift, but this is the Apolo flip, or Apolo? Apollo flip. Was not a fan of The Art of Jumping, so maybe this time it'll actually make me want to start jumping. I don't feel like jumping yet. I'm still sitting down. It takes a lot to get me to jump. A fat beat though. A fat beat doesn't make me want to jump though. It just makes me fat. It makes it harder to jump, if anything. I feel weighed down by the sick beat. Yep. Sounds I've never heard before, never wanted to hear.
Okay, let's try something different.
You're doing plenty of different. Okay. The sound design is something else. We're still different than the original though. We're still improving because we're not just all square 4-y. I like the movement of everything. Oh, okay. All right, I'll jump for a minute. This is jumping music.
Yeah, jump with my homies. I'm jumping with my homies. I'm humming with my jomie.
Wait, I'm humping with my jomies. I can't say that. Well, that last part was my favorite part. I wish there was more of that vibe. I wish there was more of the jumping vibe. I like the sick hip-hoppy beat in the beginning. I like the jumpy, bouncy energy of the end. And I like the creativity of the sound design. There were sounds in there I've literally never heard before, but I can't say it was something I would willingly digest. If it's put in front of me, I'll nibble on it. I'm the type that will eat something if it's put in front of me usually, but I don't think I would see that on the menu and order it. I'm glad I tried it, but I don't think my palate is quite accustomed to it yet. It might be an acquired taste type of thing. But I did enjoy the bouncing. I did enjoy jumping. When you can jump to a song, it's better. And I can only really jump to the end. The other part's too slow. But definitely still an improvement because I don't like the original because it uses sounds I don't enjoy. So at least these sounds were more creative. Next up is Won't Get Lost by NVADRZ, the lateeyes bootleg. So this is ironic because Won't Get Lost is basically already a bootleg remix of Hot Crossed Buns, as I've come to discover. So this is a bootleg of a bootleg. Is this still going to have the Hot Crossed Buns essence, or are we changing it up? Are we getting a different pastry this time? Banana bread. I want banana bread this time. Give me banana bread and you'll have my heart. Let's go. Just some hats. Weird, kind of a lazy opening here. Okay. I feel like all the effort's gonna be put into the drop here. Very uninspired opening. Uh-oh. Still got the hot cross buns. Okay, it's this kind of thing. This isn't my kind of thing. But I do like the way they're incorporating the original sounds, melody. Just like subtly. Whoa, 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 but wow, whoa. It's a interesting twist on the original. I like what they're doing, but I don't like just the wobbly wub dub type of music. So this is a personal taste thing, but I like the idea. Whip, whip, whip. Change it just a smidge. Okay, yeah, you did. You did change it just a smidge. Yeah, just a little boring. I know some people enjoy that kind of, that genre, or subgenre, whatever it's called. It's just too uneventful for me. The sounds are just they're just wobbles, just some wubs. And that's not enough for me. It's too subdued. and therefore I find it a little boring and repetitive. So not for me. That's all I'll say. Just not for me. Next up is Astral by Izadi. This is the rzch's, rzch, or Nasral bootleg. I am sorry, I butchered that everything about that. So yeah, let's just see what happens here with Astral. Oh right, this is this one. Yep. Always forget this one, but I remember the intro. As long as we can improve the drop, make it less repetitive, this one will win me over. I am stuttering. Give me this still. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. Oh. Okay. I like that. Hey. Needs a little more though, a little more. Add another layer, change it up, do something. Ooh. Nah, go back to what you're doing actually. I mean, you're using the sound from the original, obviously. I think you needed to add a layer to the original sound, or add some reverb to it. Something needs to be done to it. It sounds a little empty. And that snare is not good. I mean, it still becomes repetitive because that main sound from the original is so repetitive. But this was really short. I like what you were doing. I especially like the beginning of the drop. It was really fun and cool. A unique take on it, but it doesn't fix the problem with the original, which is the repetitiveness of that main sound. I wish you would have, like, it was cool that you used it in the beginning and made it like this kind of cool bumpy beat. But I think when you switched it back into the dubstep rhythm, it's too similar to the original because it's just the original sound, but done almost slightly worse. So I wish you would have changed the sound, added another layer to the sound, something to improve upon the original, not just use an already boring piece from the original in a bootleg version. So definitely could have been better, but I like some of the ideas. Next, we've got Daemones in Fenestra by Ball, the Quantum Path flip. Quantum Path is a pretty cool name. I remember being not the biggest fan of the Ball tune, the original tune. It was mixed very strangely, which I guess is apparently Ball's style, from what I gathered from the comments, if I'm remembering correctly. But I did not like the way it was mixed. I did not like the sound behind it. I'm curious if they've improved it. So Quantum Path, let's do it. Got some feedback. Need to plug in your mic all the way, plug in the thing into the speaker all the way. Okay. This is cool. Kind of stuttering, the glitching. It's a little more of an inspired intro here. Still using the original, but in a different, unique way that's engaging. Yeah, this is a solid intro. But it all relies on this. I don't care what path you've built. If the destination is boring or decrepit, if I don't want to go in, it's not worth it. Okay. It's still strangely mixed, but I think it's also because you're incorporating sounds from the original, which are strangely mixed. That was random. It's so weird. The creativity's there, like the kind of structure of it shows knowledge and a grasp of the genre and the concept, but the actual sounds themselves are just weird. They're too weird for me and also still mixed strangely. So I see potential here. I see potential in Quantum Path for sure. Plus you were working with a song that just I was not a fan of. So, you know, you can only do so much, but yeah, I see the potential there, but the idea didn't quite come to fruition for me. A little underwhelming. Cool intro though. I enjoy the intro and the lead up to where we got, but ultimately just okay. It's a little strange for my taste. A little strange. And I like strange stuff. All right, I'm watching you. This is Gump Town We're at Gump Town. We're taking another trip to Gump Town. I know we already went on vacation there, but who doesn't want to go on vacation again to Gump Town? It's a great place to visit, okay? Okay. So this is Marcix, Gump Town, but the Desx flip. I really enjoyed Gump Town. I enjoy Marcix. They've got some cool stuff. I don't know if you can improve it, I'll be honest. But if you have some fun melodies and cool synths, maybe you can. Let's see the flip. Okay. Okay. Pretty much following the instructions so far. Definitely bootleggy vibes. Let's see. Let's see, come on. Gump Town! Oh. Okay. All right. We're in like the back alleys of Gump Town. Taking a detour. We're ditching the tour guide. We're going where we want to go. Not the touristy areas. The weird shady parts. The mom and pop shops. Let's go. Okay. I don't think you can improve Gump Town, but this is not an upsetting flip on Gump Town. Just a fun bootleg. That's all it is. I'm really interested in how you do the second drop though, because the second drop was so wild and creative in the original. So I expect you to do something wild and creative. Oh, oh. Yeah. Oh, that yow. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool sound. Oh, it didn't do it that time. I was gonna mimic it. And now I did it. Damn it!
Here we go again.
Okay, then we're back to this again. It's fine. Probably gonna shave this off. Just kept the second drop real short. I think it would have been fine. I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. I think it did enough fun things and definitely still kept the good bits of the original in there. Like the original is definitely poking through. So it therefore was able to maintain a fun energy. If it was good. Didn't improve the original because I don't think you can, but I think this is probably as good as you could have done. I enjoyed it. I think you did some fun things with it. That second drop was good. It was different. It was fun and creative. And so, hey, props to you. You handled it as well as you possibly could have. And for that, you have my props. That was a good one. Next, we've got Execute by OG Nixon. This is the Extrenor bootleg. This was another one that I was not a fan of. Did not enjoy that one. So let's see if Extrenor can improve upon it. Oh, this is, yeah, the disrespect your surroundings. Now I remember this. I love metal and dubstep, man. Disrespect your surroundings, say it. You got it. Ah! Okay. This one would be fun live, I think. I don't think it's doing quite enough for it to be super engaging casually through my headphones, but I feel like on big speakers, this would be pretty cool to listen to. We're still improving upon the original, though. I will say that. Ooh, I like that. Multiple snares there. Drum it up, drum it up. I'll give you a good reaction if you give me a good song. Disrespect your surroundings. Okay, add a little like sustain in the background. Want a little more though, something different, come on. A little repetitive, come on. Tweak some knobs, let's go. Nah, it's too similar to the first drop. Either you gotta shorten the entire thing or you gotta change it up. You gotta earn that 4 minutes. You gotta earn that second drop. That didn't feel earned. That felt like padding for time. A little disappointed by that. Not the song as a whole, but the fact that you didn't earn your runtime. Either shorten it or change it. One or the other. That's all I ask. Not copy and paste, or like copy and basically paste, but like throw a sprinkle or two in there. Still an improvement. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a cool idea, but it did get a little repetitive. Even if it was just the first drop, even the first drop got a little repetitive. I wish there were a little more variety of sounds in there. I wish there was a little bit more done to it, but maybe if the song overall was shortened, I wouldn't have felt as repetitive. So I like the concept. I think it was a slight improvement upon the original, but overall just a bit repetitive. Next up is Plinko by Resurge and Roy. This is the Enzo bootleg. I wasn't a fan of Plinko, if I remember. Just it wasn't my style of music, so we'll see if this is an improvement or at least a unique twist. Kind of a boring intro though. I can't say I'm super pumped and ready for this drop. I'm joking. I'm literally choking on the music. We're still using that type of sound that I am not a fan of. I do like all these like crystals in my ears. I don't know what to call that. These aren't my sounds. I'm not related to these sounds. They don't even look like me. They don't even sound like me. I sound nothing like that. I do not own custody. Take a blood sample, do a DNA test. These are not my children. Yeah, I don't know if that was an improvement or not. I still was not a fan of it. It's still using sounds I don't enjoy. Not for me at all. Not my kind of thing. I have nothing to comment. I don't find it very engaging or interesting. So not for me. Not for me. Next is Quadruple X Gold by Yoked. But this is the Mundo and DM8 flip. I remember thinking the original was pretty cool. It had some cool moments. So we'll see if this has some cool moments. As I itch my back. There we go. Now I'm ready to be yoked. Introing. Introing, okay. At least we got some fun energy at the beginning here. I'm into it. Ooh. Yeah, you're going in on this intro. What is happening? At least I'm having fun. That's all I can ask for. Keep on having fun. Don't get bland on me. Give me some flavor. Hey, yummy. Tummy. Put it in. Hum. Yummy. Put it. Fast-paced, energetic, creative, fun. Changing it up, got some melodies. Yeah, I don't think this is anything like the original from memory. So a great remix, a great change. Or I just completely don't remember the original, which is also possible. This just feels like a completely original song. Doesn't feel like anything from the original compilation. Let's go. Bow. Yeah. It's like twerking music, baby. Yeah. It's like I'm dancing on the synth. I'm playing the notes with my feet. I want a big piano. One of those like piano mats you can walk on and just go wild. Just go wild on it. What do I have to say? Like I said, I guess I don't remember the original, or they just completely changed it, because that doesn't sound familiar at all, really. But it was so fun. It was so upbeat and energetic and creative, and it changed so much throughout. It was just a fun, complete song. It felt like a fully fleshed out idea. Nothing but positive things to say. There was nothing super crazy about it, but just solid throughout. Just very consistently good. I love the energy that it had. I don't remember the original well enough, I guess, but I feel like it's so different, such a different tone to the original, that I don't even know if you could say it's an improvement or not. It's just a completely its own song. It's completely own song. Actually, I'm gonna listen to Yoked. Hold on, or Quadruple X Gold rather, by Yoked. Okay, so it's basically like they took the entire beginning, like the opening, and just focused on that, turning that into its own song. They were just focusing on the more melodic intro side of it and turning that into its own song. And that's awesome. And it turned out awesome. That was great. Good job. Next is Can't Deny by Butte Noise, but the Eli bootleg. And Butte Noise obviously primarily has the very fun rhythms and unique flows and synths as well, but very percussion flow rhythm based music. So I think in order to even compete or find the song entertaining, you're going to have to do some unique flows, or at least don't turn it into a very standard rhythm tune. Don't suck the soul out of the original. I want you to either maintain the soul or put a different kind of soul, okay? An equally interesting soul. So I'm worried, but we'll see. I wish you the best, Eli. Let's go. Okay. Very much take a piece from the original. That's fine. At least you've got some synths and melodies. It's a good sign. This isn't a completely boring intro. It's got a little bit of soul there. Okay, same thing from the original. That's a thumpy kick, okay? Let's go, come on. Okay, it's a little too similar to the original, so therefore it's fine, just with like a different kick. Like this is fine, like this is good, but I don't think it's doing enough to qualify as something brand new. The intro was different for sure, but I don't think this drop is quite different enough from the original. And that kick is too loud, too thumpy, too kicky. I didn't think something could be too kicky, but this is too kicky. Like, oh. All right, I need you to like genuinely change it for the second drop. Do something unique. Completely your flavor. Let's go, Eli. Come on. Okay, okay. Yeah, we're going monkey mode now. Yeah, I needed something like this for the first drop. The first drop was relying too much on the original to carry it. This kick though, tone it down during the slow moments. It's okay. At least take your shoes off. I mixed on it, not because it was bad, other than that kick being a little egregious during slower moments, but I think the first drop was relying too heavily on just the sounds and structure of the original, because if I'm recalling correctly, basically they just threw additional percussion over top the original, more or less. Maybe there's some other slight tweaks, but it just wasn't different enough for me. And the intro was good. The intro was decent enough, and that second drop was fun. The second drop did something different from the original. You injected your own flavor, your own soul, and I found that to be engaging. I think this was handled pretty well. It just has a couple amateurish notes to it, such as the kicks. So fine. It's a fine bootleg. I think it's decent. I don't think it improved it, but I think it was kind of, it was fun. It was enjoyable at least. All right, now we've got Swag Dads. The coolest name on the entire compilation. Swag Dads by Subdocta and Computa, but this is the Just Luca bootleg. I like that it's another person that ends with an A. We got Docta, Puta, and Luca. They were destined to do this bootleg. Let's go, Swag Dads. We got an extra dad on here. All three, the daddy trio. This isn't swaggy enough of an intro. Come on. Where's the swag? I want to be oozing swagger. I want to be dripping swagger. I want to be glistening with the swag. You got three dads. You got a whole family. More than a family. Let's go. I believe in you. Swag it up. Oh, yeah. It's aggressively mixed. That was cool. The ideas are here. Some of the sounds are here, but a bit amateurish on the sort of mixing and processing of things. But yeah, some of these like wobbles are cool. These main synths are a little too aggressive or grating, but that sub is subbing, I suppose. You could dive down into the ocean with that sub. But yeah, all the little fills are cool. Fill me up, daddy. This just comes off as very amateurish, but because of that, I'm able to pick out the things that you do well. You have good sound design, and so I'm excited to see the improvement there once you have a better grasp of some of the other technical things that come into music production. But you've got some really cool sounds, and you tackled swag dads. That's a big undertaking, so good on you for trying. Second drop though. Yeah. Yeah, all the main repetitive noises that you're using for these drops are too flubbery. That's the first adjective that came to my brain. Like, there's some really cool sounds and interesting ideas. They're just, yeah, they're not quite there. I think I got my thoughts out pretty well, but I will say that that has the most potential. I see so much potential there because there was such an array of sounds there all across the board. Like, there were so many different noises and sounds in there, and the sound design is good and unique and creative, but just some of them, they weren't it. They weren't it, especially the ones you were focusing on. The ones that were like repeating themselves for the main drops were just a little not good in my opinion. But yeah, tons of potential there, and I'm very excited to see you improve because I know, like, you could see, you gotta just get a little cleaner, you know, figure out a few things. Practice makes perfect, but there's something there. You're gonna be a gem. I see so much potential, and that's really exciting. Next is Tremble by Moly and Voxen, but this is the Ganified, which I know you're in my Discord. And if you, not Ganny, but if you, I'm talking to you, are not in my Discord, freaking look at the link in the description and join the Discord already. What are you waiting for? Join the Discord. Gosh, Ganny's in there, but I have not heard any of your music, so you might not be in there for long if I don't like this. Although I don't remember the original at all. You could literally have just replayed the original, and I have no idea, so. Another kind of old school video gamey kind of sound to it, in my opinion, which I like. Oh, I remember that sound. Okay. It's coming back to me a bit. Change it up though. Pretty gritty. A little sandpapery. It's like I'm just rubbing sandpaper together and dancing in front of a microphone. I don't know what the grit is on it, but it would hurt. It would hurt to rub against your skin for sure. Ooh. Yeah, it's got the power, but it feels a little muffled. I feel like the sub is a bit overpowering here. And there needs to be more, it's kind of like just the gritty and the sub, it needs a little more to it, a little more layers, a little more just range. Feels a little one note-ish, but still decent. You could stay in the Discord. I'll let you stay in. Again, another one where I see potential, but it felt a little one note. I wanted a little more, slightly bland, but some cool sounds. It was gritty, it was punchy, just, yeah. Could use a little more maybe. Okay, if you didn't improve this, I don't know what you're doing. Rhythm Alarm was not good. So this is Rhythm Alarm by Zabor, but this is the Azernion flip. So please tell me you improve this, because I need a new alarm, frankly. Been using that one for the past year almost, so I need you to have made improvement so I can change my alarm. Let's go. Frankly, I'm nervous. I don't know how you could have made it worse, but earn my respect. Don't make me hate you, okay?
Hey, wanna hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not the most annoying sound in the world. I think it's slightly less annoying than the original, but still, we're not in the territory of like, oh yeah, I want to listen to this. I like that. Sustain. It's kind of cool. I want to focus on that because this main sound is not tickling my senses. Well, it's tickling me, but in a way that's unpleasant. We're like, stop, quit it. Give me a less annoying sound for the second drop. Less annoying. It's not hard to do less annoying, I assure you. I mean, at least the sounds are kind of thick. They got some thickness to them. Like the way they're kind of flopping and flipping. It's just the frequency of them, man. I don't. No, they are alarm-like. This would wake me up for sure. Okay, I don't know if that was an improvement or not. It was just different. It was annoying in a different way. The sounds are just too grating, too annoying, too just like, okay, I get it, God, okay, I get it. Alarm-like, it would wake you up, but just so you can turn it off as soon as physically possible and go back to sleep. Not for me. It definitely felt inspired by the original. I'll give you that. It was a good reinterpretation of the original, but still, because it shared so much DNA, I just want nothing to do with I'm a Libra, man. I'm a Libra. What was that? Next, we've got Spud by Chibs and Duffy, and this is the Irie Arts flip. Okay. Yeah, nice intro. I like the tone of this.
How did I get here?
I wanted to stay kind of happy-ish. Oh? That snare's not good. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for patching. That one's better. Not the greatest, though. Okay, no, this one I don't like. Go back to the other one. The structure of it is cool, but I want the sounds to be a little punchier. And I wish the build-up, like, it just kind of happened. Like, we're just kind of, here's the drop. Need a little more building. Whoa. It's really creative, but a little chaotic. And too chippy, choppy, blippy, bloopy, but certainly unique. I'll give you that. I'll always admire an artist's creativity. As long as you're being creative, you'll go places. Yeah, I thought it was creative. I don't think it's for me. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I didn't enjoy it a whole lot, but I liked that it was creative. It was different, something I don't really hear. And so I always admire people that do have that creative bone, that are making things that are at least different. Even if it's not something I'm latching onto, it is something I haven't heard before, or at least haven't heard often. So you stand out from the crowd. And usually it's the people that stand out that end up making it because you are different from the average Joe. So keep on being different and you'll probably go places. So not my thing, but it is definitely someone's thing, and whoever's thing it is, they'll want more of that thing. So keep on doing your thing. This next one I'm a little worried about because it's the Lupasketty song, Toop. Lupasketty makes some weird, memey, strange, also very unique music. So let's see what a flip of it is by Lugesh. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but you flipped it. So now it's Poot. You just flipped it around. So now we've got Poot. Let's see what's happening here. Because the first one was not for me, we'll say. A memorable experience though, for sure. So are you gonna continue the meminess of the original, or are you gonna go with an actual, I don't know, musical approach? All right, come on, do something. Oh. Okay, yeah. And you still got the weird ass samples in here, okay. But it's fatter. Okay, yeah. We're taking the weird stuff from the original, but giving it a more digestible dubstep edge, where it's not quite as goofy, but still goofy enough. And yeah, these sounds are fat. Not super unique, but still hitting in the right way.
Liquid adrenaline.
Oh. Like the juxtaposition between the weird blow, whoa, whoa from the original to your thick ass stabs is digestible. I like that. It's funny to just go back and forth like that. So that one was definitely an improvement because it kept the goofiness. It even kept some of the pieces of the original drop, but just added sounds that were a little more effective, a little more thick and juicy, which is what I like. I like them thick and I like them juicy. So I definitely think it was an improvement because it wasn't quite as memey. So I think you improved it as much as you could while still maintaining the overall feeling of the original, the meminess of the original. So I would like to see what other songs you have made because your sound design seems pretty clean. I think this is the best you could do with a flip of this particular song. You've definitely got some potential as well. Next is Back for More by Pike, and this is the Tippy and Dead Zone flip. It's rumbling. Rumbly in my tumbly. Not a great intro though, not a super interesting intro, just kind of, it's like a massage. It's just kind of massaging my eardrums, the sub. So just like a gentle way to start this out. Thank you. It's kind of loud. Oh man. No. I didn't like when I was back for more for the original song, and now it's just back for even more? No. I don't like these sounds. Okay, that's a little better. A little better. It's still a little aggressive in like a not pleasant way. Yeah, no, that's not, no, I didn't like that. I don't like the original either, so that is probably why I don't like it, because it kept some essence from the original. It's just not my types of sounds. I'm sorry, not for me. Yeah, didn't like that one, sorry. Next is On the Edge, but it's by Just In Case. Just In Case. I see, they didn't put it in the name of the song, but like their SoundCloud name is Just In Case. It's a flip of On the Edge by Dyatic and Rettchit featuring Robbie Rosen, which I remember liking to a good extent, and I do really enjoy Dyatic. So let's see what this flip is. This flip clip. Got that very overused breakbeaty sample build up thing. Not impressed so far. Bring it home, give me a cool drop. Pretty thick, but like a 1C thick. It's thick in like a weird way. That's a strange snare choice. It's like someone sneezed in the next room. Oh, that's it. I don't remember the original a lot, but I feel like I enjoyed it more. From, if memory is serving me at all, the vague memory of the original feels like I enjoyed it more. I didn't dislike this, but I didn't think it did anything unique either. And like I said, that one snare was an odd choice. I just felt like you could have done more. This didn't feel too creative to me, so definitely forgettable. Just okay. It was fine. Moving along to Astral Projection by Vampa and Chromatic. This time we've got the Invict and Runny flip. I have no idea how you want me to pronounce that, and I apologize for that. But Invict, you're also in my Discord. For now, let's see what your Astral Projection flip sounds like. I'm not standing up to dance, I'm just stretching. I need to stretch. Oh. Been sitting for too long. Too much today. Okay. All right. Please, for the love of the Knights at the Round Table. Okay. I think your snare and the sounds have too much high end. Everything's too crispy, too clappy, snappy. Need a little more lower grit in there, some rowiness, some rumbliness. And this is still an improvement over the original, because God, that original is not for me. Very uninspired. This at least has some creative ideas. I think it's mainly just your sound design, like, or the mixing of the sounds. I think you just got too much high end. Everything's too, like, peaking too much or something. Like, you could see the potential, you could see what it would look like if it was tidied up a bit, but... Sure. I mean, yeah. I see what you're trying to do here. Some cool fills. Yeah. All right. So definitely an improvement upon the original. There's way more character to it, way more creativeness and diversity. It changes up infinitely more than the original song. Barely even has any essence of the original, and in this case, that's for the best. With that said though, this does feel amateurish in terms of the quality of the sounds, the quality of the mixing. The ideas are there. There's definitely something to admire about your sound design and the fills. The concept of what you're doing, like, you know, the approach to it is correct, but it has a very amateur feel to it because of the quality of what I'm being presented in terms of just mixing, mastering, loudness, harshness. It just comes off a little abrasive, a little grating, but the overall potential is there. You're definitely on the right path. Great for what it is, but definitely keep up practicing, keep on improving. I'm excited to see you continue to make music. Next is Dislocated by Tracy, which was a decent song. From what I remember, I do like Tracy, but this is the Saw Swipe bootleg. Okay, interesting processing here for this intro. Open it up. Yep. So predictable. Now dislocate my entire body like the original tried to. One limb at a time. Whoa. Okay. Oh, okay. It's catching me off guard with when the beat comes in and out. That was unique. I don't know if I liked it or not. I'm processing. I'm still processing. Also a very short drop though. One of the shortest drops we've had, honestly. Second drop, though. Waveform looks different. That's a good sign. You seem to have some creativity here. What you got? Yeah, that's very engaging because it keeps me guessing. Yeah? Okay. I liked it. It's not something I want to come back to and listen to, but I liked what it was doing. It had the creativity and the way the beat would drop out and then the little fills it would do and the way the beat would come back in, or like the mixing in between, like the filters it would put. I don't know. It's hard to even put into words, but yeah, it played with my expectations a bit and that made it engaging. It made it feel just different from the rest. The drops were quite short. The song in general was short, but it continued to move along and change throughout. And again, it played with my expectations and when the beat would go in and out. So I found it to be entertaining, an enjoyable listen for sure. All right, now we move on to Sword Logic by Nerve, but this is the M4R bootleg. I remember Sword Logic being okay. So I'm hoping this one is KO. Hip hop. Hip hop. Just the intro. Intro. Can we get a drop? Pretty fat. It's similar to the original, but yeah, just made a little more aggressive, a little more punchy than the original. The soul of it is still there, which is kind of what you want from a bootleg. Starting to get slightly repetitive, even though the flow of it's changing a bit. The sound, this main sound is too repetitive. I just don't like this. I'm pretty sure this is taken from the original, but slightly different, which is why I don't like it. I didn't like it in the original, and I don't like it here. But I guess I get that you want to use pieces from the original. It's just you're not borrowing from a great song, so that's not your fault. Ugh. I like when things slow down sometimes, man. And it just be punching you, but like slow. They want you to feel every punch. They want you to be sore. They want you to be bruised and battered. Thump, pow, smack, slam, crunch, blow. I like that. That sub really crawling up into my booty hole. Oh, why'd I have to end when I said that? That was awkward. I'm sorry. That was inappropriate. There could be children watching. I do feel like that one might have been an improvement. There were some parts that felt a little uninspired, but that second drop was cool. I like the way it slowed down. I think it just kind of turned up the aggression knob of the original slightly, and that was that. And that's probably all you really needed. It kind of followed a similar structure to the original and just, yeah, changed the sound slightly to either be a little more aggressive or a little different. It definitely just feels like a slightly like the cousin of the original. I wish it did something a little different rather than just kind of following a similar beat, a similar path to the original. But I think it did enough where it does feel unique. I thought it was decent. Now we're at the penultimate track. Or is it? No, wait. This might be the final track. I realized the last part is a mashup. Is the mashup all the songs? I don't know yet. We'll see. This might be the final track though. Only 26 songs if that's the case. So this is Dodgeball by Deuces and Blade, but it's the Flesh bootleg. I remember liking Dodgeball because it was kind of silly, but still fun. I like silly and fun. It wasn't great, but at least it was entertaining. And so that's all I'm hoping from this bootleg. Let's go. Bring me back to PE. Elementary school PE class. Everyone loves physical education and being subjected to physical activities that I couldn't complete as an elementary school student, and watching the people that I could and feeling jealous and sad and ashamed of my body because I was chubby. Ah, the good old days. Now let's just put that into music form, shall we? Make me somehow cringe about my childhood through an audio medium. What is happening? Okay, it's still got the dumb samples in there. I mean dumb in a positive way this time though, because I like those samples, but they are dumb. That sub is like, the low end is so swampy. It's dragging everything down. These fills are interesting though. Everything's just too muddy. Everything's a little muddy. I think you track some dirt in with that. But still got a second drop. Sometimes second drops can be far superior to first drops, so hope is not lost yet. Okay. What is this about to be? Okay. This just needs another layer or two. Because right now you're kind of just taking up a small portion of the frequencies. We need some depth. But I like this better than the first drop. I like the creativity of this a little more. It just needs more layers to it. because it feels kind of one note, and it is one note for the most part. The idea is there, but just felt lacking. It felt a little empty. I think you needed a little more to it. Some of the sounds in there were cool and creative though. I liked some of the fills. They were unique and definitely like, ooh, like intrigued me. But the main focus lacked personality, I guess, and needed a little more layers to it to make it interesting. But that second drop was getting there. Just again, a little empty. Needs a bit more. So overall, I was definitely entertained. I think it was more or less 50-50 on if I felt like it improved or at least met the level of the original song. But again, just the original was just not good, so uninspired. So at the very least, I do feel like this one was more inspired. Obviously, basically everyone here, from what I know, especially since I don't really know any of you, I haven't heard any of your names unless you happen to be in my Discord or something. I haven't heard any songs from any of you guys before. So I think it's safe to assume you're all amateurs for the most part. So with that being said, I think this is a great thing that you made here. I think like it's cool to see people that are up and coming, people that are just getting started or still finding their footing or still learning or still growing, create these pieces of music because you get to see the synapses firing, seeing what you guys are coming up with, see maybe what types of music inspire you to make music, where your inspirations come from. The creativity for most of these tracks was there. Maybe the execution was lacking a bit. Maybe your mixing isn't quite there yet. Maybe you're still working on your sound design a bit. Whatever it may be, there are obviously flaws, but flaws that will be improved with time. But seeing the groundwork be laid is really, really cool. So I enjoyed this. Some of the best ones, in my opinion, were the closer bootleg. Brig of Dread was decent enough. I like that part of the art of jumping. Gump Town, the Gump Town flip was really good. Quadruple X Gold, I really enjoyed that one. Oh, and I think the Saw Swipe bootleg of Dislocated was also pretty good. There's definitely some potential here. I'm excited to see where all of you go. Definitely continue to produce music. I still think this is a really cool idea. I think we should do more of these types of things, which it looks like you have done in the past. It looks like there was one that you did for Disciple Alliance Volume 7. So definitely keep doing things like this, both LoKitAngel as well as all the people that participated. I love to see this kinds of stuff. So definitely keep them coming. Maybe I'll check out everyone's individual SoundClouds and see what you guys are doing. But hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully a lot of the people that participate in this get to see this video, and hopefully I didn't hurt your feelings or anything. Obviously, nothing but support for anyone that produces music. You guys are definitely going places. Keep on working at it. I want to see more from you. Join the Discord if you haven't. That way you can post your whips, post your finished songs, share some things with me, talk with the fellow producers. We can get some more things like this going. I'm really excited to see where you go. Really excited to see more from all of you, and excited to make more reactions to music because I just love music. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about both the original compilation as well as this remixed competition thing, bootleg compilation. But thank you for your support as always. I really do appreciate it. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and keep on jamming out, my dudes. Peace.